Hello everyone, my name is Drew Kendrick. I'm an industrial designer with Convatec, and today I'm going to provide a very brief introduction to the principles of human-centered design. In its essence, we're talking about a very simple notion that when we create something, be it a service, product or process, we must consider the user and their needs and build our solutions around them so that we can create something of real value and something that genuinely improves the lives of the humans for whom we are designing. First of all, it's important to recognize that we are designing for humans, not robots who operate the same way every time. Humans are prone to spontaneous decision-making and emotional drivers. We're also not designing for sheep who tend to make group decisions. Humans are often weird and have their own agenda. They don't read the IFU, they don't notice the thing you think is obvious, and they won't just do as they're told. So here's an example of a human. This is Abraham Maslow, who, based on this picture and no further evidence, seems like a nice bloke. In the 1930s, he wrote a hierarchy of human motivations, often described as a pyramid of human needs. In order to address those needs towards the top, we must first address those at the base and build upon those, revisiting those lower down should life throw us an unexpected knock and damage our self-esteem. At the absolute base of the pyramid, we have the physiological needs. These are defined as oxygen, food, water, shelter, clothing, sleep. These are the things that make a human body function. In design, solutions that are purely functional rarely exist, but a good place to look for those is in the medical device industry. It's verified and validated in a lab, it works, it's good. However, the purely functional solution often treats the human as a robot, devoid of feeling and ignoring any of the other essential human motivations. Safety and security are those requirements that we can address once we meet the absolute functional minimum. Once we are fed and watered and rested, we can work on our health and improve our physical condition, putting ourselves to use in employment and generating an income so that we can house our children and keep our stuff dry. Typically, this is associated with the austere, severe solution that is more robust than the purely functional solution, i.e. it will work repeatedly and dependably and is often way over the top in terms of what we need to get the job done. In design terms, this is often manifest in products and solutions that add weight, material, and unnecessary extras to design, but still leave us underwhelmed. Where we start to feel like a person is where the love and belonging comes in. This is the real turning point in life and in design. When we damage a relationship, we feel that loss as powerfully as if our body was under attack. And it should be treated in the same way. When we're part of a community and we have a connection beyond ourselves, then we start to value ourselves. In design, if we are to provide that opportunity to our humans, we must understand them in their own words. Empathy is the special sauce that turns our ideas and solutions into valuable contribution to society. We must be able to postpone ourselves and our own sets of judgment and decision-making pathways and to absorb those of the humans for whom we are designing. This is not a case of what would I do in their shoes, but instead, what do they do and why? The output of our empathetic design is simplicity. Making something complex and full of solutions accessible to whomsoever would need to use it, and enjoy doing so. It's the great enabler, and creates a platform on which humans can build their own sets of values. This is where our humans build self-esteem, and can fluently use a solution as a tool to meet their needs in a way that they want to. If we can achieve this in a design, we've done a really good job. Enabling a positive outcome with a range of individual paths to success is rare and often at odds with the motivations of larger entities such as companies, manufacturers, and regulatory bodies. But it is a large part of the agile process and an absolute keystone of human-centered design. They will do things you didn't expect. A good way to understand and include multi-stream thoughts are with co-creation sessions throughout the design process. Not always deferring to one set of ideas, i.e. those of the user or the designer or of the business, but by making sure the holistic view is captured and woven into the fabric of the design. And by doing all of that, we enter rarefied earth. In human terms, we talk about self-actualization, where we start to think beyond ourselves and we start to think about art, Zen neutrality, belief systems, purpose, and have a possession of our own decisions, doing what we think is right and able to question everything. In design, this is the finesse. This is the understanding that nothing is perfect and nothing is finished, and we can always improve. This is why we continue with an iterative process of generation and improvements. By assuming something is good enough, we fail to make a valuable solution. So we must always revisit the stance of the user and gain empathy for their position. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, I'm on drew.kendrick@convertech.com. Cheers.